Hello and welcome to your number one news source for all that nerd shit on Pornhub and everywhere else you can find podcasts, the Creatia Conversation. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and I am here with the, I guess HBIC would be the correct terminology over at Smacked Raw.
HBIC?
Yeah.
Is that a shot at me because of how much RN hates Mia Yim?
No, that's not a shot at you at all. I have no idea what you're talking about. I thought RN loved Mia Yim, her fashion,
Fuck
her
off,
personality,
man.
everything about her.
Oh man,
It's Kyle. Kyle, what's going on, man?
dude, I'm finally glad after all the weeks of harassing you to get me on this show. Everybody dropped out in time for me to hop on one of these finally.
I mean, it was really only like, what, we did a show together 2 weeks, and you just said, hey. And I told Travis, and Travis does all the bookings. So, if anything, we can blame him.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been good. I got to play a little bit of Hogwarts Legacy last night. I've been, ever since I learned Avada Kedavra, I've just been throwing it around like I'm a Death Eater. So, murdering people's fun in the land of Hogwarts. Other than that, nothing really new as far as watching shit on my end. I finally got caught up on The King's Man, like the third Kingsman movie, the like prequel one that came out like 2 years ago. We watched that over the weekend, and then obviously all the wrestling I've been watching. But yeah, other than that, not much going on with me. What about you? You been watching anything? What you been playing? I know you stream.
So I personally, I've been playing Battlefield 2042. I originally passed on it because of its launch was terrible, but one of my brothers reached out to me and essentially just told me to play with him, and he's like, I swear it's good now. And it turns out he's right. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's actually been oddly sentimental. It's been the catalyst to reunite me and my two brothers. Like, we haven't all three mingled in years, other than I think when I got married back like 7-8 years ago. And
you mean the three of you together? Because I was going to say you and Kurt were doing a MMA podcast for a little while.
Right. And my brother Donnie was estranged. Like, I'd be mingling with one of my brothers while the other one was doing his own thing. This is the first thing that's bringing us all simultaneously together. Me and my brothers have been playing Battlefield the last couple nights. And so it's a heartfelt thing on my end. Other than that, though, I'm always good to play Rocket League, and I have a couple other games that I'm looking forward to playing as they come out.
All right, nice. I know, well, we can kick off with it. I know one of the games that you and I just literally talked about being excited for right before we got going is Diablo 4. That is something that we share.
Not wait, man.
And there's what they call the official Server Slam trailer that just dropped a couple days ago that we're going to check out, because I've been keeping up with everything Diablo 4. I didn't get into Diablo until Diablo 3, and I fell in love with it. I got the remastered version of 2 when it came out. Well, it was not on consoles, and I didn't PC game.
I got you. Yeah, I mean, personally speaking, I've been playing Diablo since the first one came out. I got heavy into the first one, so when the sequel came out, which is out of the 3 that are out, Diablo 2 tends to be the coveted most favorite title of the 3 that I played. Of course, 3 when that came out. That's one of the only video games that Jesse T actually played with me.
My wife too.
Yep. And then, of course, I played Diablo Immortal for about 2 weeks till I realized what greedy trash it was, and then promptly uninstalled and stopped streaming it altogether.
Did you get the open beta at all for Diablo 4?
This one I've been purposely keeping my hands off of. This title and another PC title that's coming out, I have wanted almost zero to do with. That way, like, when it does come out, I get to experience everything fresh and be surprised. Not to say like I'm opposed to watching trailers and all, but I haven't played the beta. I didn't go buy the KFC Double Down to get the early access beta code.
I didn't either. I pre-ordered it and got the open beta that way. So I played a little bit of it. I just didn't have time to really get into it like I wanted to. So I didn't get to like level 20 or whatever the max level was and all that shit. But the little bit that I did play was really fun. I'm going to be playing on the Series X. So
I'm up in the air. It's releasing for all all consoles, right? PlayStation,
Yes.
Xbox, and PC. I'm probably gonna have to buy the son of a bitch twice. I'll have to buy it on my PC and my PS5.
Yeah, if I knew more people that were gonna be very into this on the PS5, I might have got it on the PS5. But I know a few of my friends on the Xbox will definitely pick it up and play it, and I'll be able to play with them. So that's kind of where I sat in between the two. It all depends on what game I'm getting and where my friends lie. Like Travis only does PS5 stuff.
Mhm.
My buddy John is Xbox. So like depending on where their interests lie and when I think I'm gonna have time to play with everyone, that depends on what system I'm gonna get the game on. But
This is a game that by all means should be. I don't think it is, but should be cross-platform. I don't see how owning it
why it
on,
wouldn't be?
huh?
You don't see why it wouldn't be?
I don't really see why a game like this wouldn't be.
Yeah. Well, let's check out the official Server Slam trailer.
Let's go.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. Everybody get up, it's time to slam now.
Dramatic shift in tone.
Going down, welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance to go dance at the Space Jam. All right. Wave your hands in the air if you feel fine.
Y'all ready to jam? Come on.
So that's literally this weekend.
Raising you was no bed of roses.
And that was the music they provided in the trailer.
That is correct. I did not do that. That was not me.
What? And I've never seen Diablo shed in any light outside of its like serious gothic theme.
So, fun little story. Back in 5th grade, I took a jazz dance class and we did a production of Space Jam where
No way.
we choreographed dances to the entire soundtrack of Space Jam. Me, one of my friends, Chris Scott, who was also in the same grade as Travis and I, were both in that jazz dance class. Travis was not. So that is why he's like, it's your song, Matt, do the dance, because he's making fun of me for the jazz dance class that I was in 5th grade and crying laughing now because I'm talking about it. But yes, I have danced on stage to that song with an inflatable basketball.
There's no way. That's awesome.
Yeah. But that brings back fun. Like you get Space Jam mixed in with Diablo. I don't know. It was fun, you know, the Server Slam.
That's two worlds I never thought I'd ever see collide.
Definitely might have to get on ASAP. I might have to put Hogwarts down. I think I'm almost done. I think I'm about to like just finish the story in the game. But
Yeah.
might have to fucking put that shit down, pick up Diablo, and yeah, not happening, Katie. But hi. Pick up Diablo, get leveled up so I can go get some of these rewards for the Server Slam. See if I can join up with some people because that look cool as shit. You know, world bosses.
It looks a lot of fun, man. I cannot wait to party up. I've been reaching out to people around me, like just about anybody I could think of that would be remotely interested in partying up in Diablo.
If it is cross-platform, we'll have to look into that. I will definitely party up with you, and I'll hit you up. And we'll get together.
Luckily, a lot of games, at the very least, are Xbox and PC cross-platform. Just given it's obviously Microsoft, their base, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Any chance you might be streaming a little Diablo?
So it is in the plans. I've been kind of waiting for the right time to jump in and figure out my scheduling to start streaming games again, because as it stands right now, the streaming schedule is at its lightest. It's one show a week, just me and RN. But I have been quietly working behind the scenes actually for like the last hour and a half before the show even went live. I'm working on another project I plan on doing on stream. So
I used to really enjoy coming in and just making fun of you while you're playing South Park Phone Destroyer or Doom.
I think of that often. I think of that often anytime one of my kids asks me, because they're both playing video games by this point, for help in one of their games. I was like, this was something that charmed Matt over.
It really did.
Seeing me help my kids pass a level in like Mario and stuff.
But when you guys do that, you can check them out on Twitch, and we'll plug that at the end of the show. But if you're watching on twitch.tv/Creatia World, we thank you. You can like and subscribe. And if you have an Amazon Prime Amazon Prime Gaming, you get a free subscription every month to Twitch if you link your Amazon Prime Gaming to your Twitch account, which means you can sub to your favorite Twitch creator, whether it's us here at Creatia World or possibly Kyle over at Smack Raw or anyone that you like. You can give them a free sub. It costs you nothing. It takes money out of Amazon's pocket and it puts it in the pocket of your favorite creator. So you guys should absolutely go do that. But yeah, come check us out at twitch.tv/Creatia World, or if you're watching us live, you can be watching us live on youtube.com/Creatia World. There it is, free to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you know when we go live every Monday through Friday at noon for the Creatia Conversation if you're in Central Standard Time, 11 p.m. on Fridays for Smacking It Raw, and all the other fun shit that we do. So please come check us out. Let's see, Kyle. You know what? Let's have some fun. I was going to save this, but I found this article.
All right.
I'm going to read it to you. This is all that nerdish, right?
Okay.
That's what this is called. And I'd say that life science is nerdish. Like it's nerd shit. So apparently, and I'm going to share this. Hold on a second.
Okay.
So you can see this because it is fantastic. If it wants to move fast enough. There we go. You see that?
I saw this the other day.
Giant phallus-shaped iceberg floating in Conception Bay surprises residents of Dildo, Canada.
What are the fucking odds, man?
And just so you know, Dildo, Canada is right across the bay from Spread Eagle, Canada.
There's no way. Is that true?
100% true.
Oh my God, dude. What are they-
Phallus-shaped iceberg hovered off the coast of Dildo, Newfoundland, in Conception Bay before collapsing. It doesn't get any more apt than this. A photographer from Newfoundland town of Dildo has captured images of a penis-shaped iceberg off the Canadian coast. The suggestive berg consists of a column with a domed head and protruding up from two oval rafts of ice. Photographer Ken Pretty captured a shot of the ice formation by a drone near the town of Harbor Grace, which sits along the puns keep adding up Conception Bay.
Another reason to buy drones.
Perhaps unsurprisingly, the Dicky Berg, as locals are calling it, has attracted international attention with Pretty sharing news stories from as far away as Thailand and Taiwan on his Facebook page. You guys can check this out if you want to go check it out. It's at Life Science. It was written by Stephanie Pappas. But yeah, giant penis and balls shaped iceberg floating in Conception Bay off the coast of Dildo, Canada.
So how long did it stay erect before it collapsed?
That is a very good question. I might have to go check out his Facebook page to see if there's information on how long that stayed hard. But you know what isn't gonna, you're not gonna have a problem being hard, Kyle. You know why?
What's that?
Because we've got a sponsorship with Adam and Eve.
Oh, yeah?
Adam and Eve is the nation's largest market of adult products with millions of satisfied customers in the United States and all over the world. Founded in 1971, Adam and Eve is also one of the oldest names in the rapidly evolving adult industry. For more than 50 years, they have built up a reputation as a trusted and reliable adult toy store that takes pleasure and privacy seriously. When you want to shop erotic toys, Adam and Eve has it all. Men and women, straight or gay, and anywhere in between. Adam and Eve has the adult toys you're looking for, including but not limited to vibrators, dildos, anal sex toys, bondage toys, couples toys, lube, sexy gifts, and accessories. So if you're having a hard time keeping it up, there's always a supplement to help you get through. Unlike other adult stores, Adam and Eve stands behind all their products and offers a no question asked return policy. So whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, or penis ring, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. So go to adamandeve.creatiaworld.com and use code erotica to receive 50% off one item plus free shipping on orders of $49 or more. That's adamandeve.creatiaworld.com and use code erotica to receive 50% off and free shipping. And the link for that is in the description if you want to go check that out later. And Travis said if he gets Diablo, it's going to be on PC.
There we go.
You love the ice stick. And this is the most Matt article you have ever seen. That is correct. So you have you ever played any Five Nights at Freddy's?
The original.
Okay.
So I caught on while it was viral, and then I think over the years, what they've spawned like 10 sequels or something like that at this point. Like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a movie coming. So comicbook.com, Kate Onder has got this article. The first trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's has leaked online. Video game movies have become more and more viable the last few years as Hollywood seems to have cracked the code. If you make a good movie that still retains the stuff people liked about the game, it will be successful.
Oh, who would have thought?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, who would have thought, man?
It's hard to imagine it would take so long for that to get understood after years of studios trying to reverse engineer the source material to be more marketable to people who aren't familiar with games, but it's finally becoming understood. One of the next big video game adaptations that appears to be quite faithful is Five Nights at Freddy's, a series all about killer animatronics at a Chuck E. Cheese-esque restaurant. The
Makes
movie
all the sense in the world, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie was recently finished filming and appears that a trailer is nearly here. The trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's has leaked online and shows Josh Hutcherson's character manning the security camera at the titular establishment, keeping a watch over anything that might go bump in the night. Unfortunately, it seems like that is exactly what happens as we see the animatronics come to life and begin terrorizing anyone in and around the family-friendly business. We also see a number of scenes from beyond the pizza joint, indicating the movie will move beyond Freddy's and have other drama in other locations. Given this leaked trailer, we won't be linking to it, but it's out there on various platforms if you want to go check it out. Once the official trailer drops, we will have it here for you on the Creatia Conversation.
How do you feel about Josh Hutcherson in that flick?
Are
you familiar with his work?
A little bit, yeah.
That's really good. That's really good casting because Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't seem like a movie that you'd want it to take itself too seriously. And that's like, I think Josh Hutcherson's like bread and butter.
Yeah.
Is he's never like that serious. I personally loved him in Future Man. I thought Future Man was a fantastic damn show. If you've never seen it.
I have not seen that. But I'm more intrigued. So have you, I'm trying to think of the name of the fucking movie. There's a movie with Nicolas Cage that was very much like what Five Nights at Freddy's sounds like it's going to be, where Nicolas Cage was sent to go clean up this Chuck E. Cheese-esque shop, and all of the animatronics were possessed. There were kids that broke into there and were trapped, and they start murdering them, and he doesn't speak. Travis said Future Man is dope.
It is, man. It's really good.
But Nicolas Cage doesn't say a word the entire fucking movie, which is crazy because it's Nick Cage.
Yeah, he's his dialogue is oftentimes like one of the selling points for a Nick Cage movie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
Willy's
any
Wonderland.
idea.
Yes,
Willy's Wonderland.
Thank you, Katie.
Okay.
Yes. Definitely, honestly, really worth checking out. Like for
it just came out.
One of his kind of B movie, taking project shit. Like I actually had a lot of fun watching that. And I know Josh Hutcherson from Hunger
Games.
Yes, that is where.
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of people reference him.
But no, so if it's anything like Willy's Wonderland, I am fucking stoked for this. It should be fun as shit. Five Nights at Freddy's isn't a game that I've personally gotten into, but I've watched a lot of gameplay from it and everything. It looks really cool. Something I've always kind of been curious about. I know it's also kind of got like a cult following for like kids and shit because it's kind of like Chuck E. Cheese, but it's horror. So it's like a gateway drug to horror for kids.
Yeah, it's all about the jump scare. At least the title or two that I played that's its main thing. It just builds tension, and if you lose via jump scare, and it'll get you almost every time.
If you lose via jump scare.
Yeah, man. That's it. That's its whole thing. That's why I think the atmosphere, the theme, and its primary tactic of scaring you is jump scares. That writes itself into a movie. There's a whole abundance of movies that rely on jump scares, because maybe the material isn't the deepest,
So is this a game that you'd say you'd want to stay up late at night playing, to get the full effect?
Definitely in a dark room, like isolated, like any other horror game. But it's like to be fair, it's kind of like a very short term game. Like rarely would you sit down, I think, and sink hours. At least, like I said, the titles that I played are like the original 1 through 3. I don't know how much the game has evolved since then, but they were very short form. Like you'd sit down and play it for. I couldn't see someone sitting down playing it for more than like a half hour to an hour tops before it just runs itself dry.
That's not the length of the full game. That's just like you're saying after that long, you've kind of experienced it, right?
Yeah, because those games were very shallow. It was just managing cameras and doors. The original titles were like you just manage cameras and doors to make sure that these animatronics never broke into your office, and you had to survive the night. Like that's really all it was. And I'm sure it's evolved since then.
Well, that's interesting because doing something like that and with all the jump scares and everything, it sounds like you need to be very focused, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to be paying attention to everything that's going on. You've got a lot of cameras to watch, a lot of different animatronics trying to get at you. And something that can help you with that is Dubby. Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like other energy drinks. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. The product is made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. Dubby has handpicked what they believe to be the 10, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 most critical ingredients for focus and concentration. Dubby contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. Dubby uses Neurofactor, a patented all-natural coffee cherry extract to help fuel you. This ingredient is what gives Dubby its laser-focused and fast reflex effects, making it especially perfect for gamers, whether you're up all night trying to server slam on Diablo or maybe watching those screens on Five Nights at Freddy's. You will be perfectly in tune. They disclose full ingredient amounts, and the products will never contain fillers or artificial colors or dyes. Dubby is also sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and keto-friendly. So go to w.creationworld.com and use code Creatia to receive 10% off your order today. Again, that is w.creationworld.com and use code Creatia. The link is in the description. Get yourself some Dubby, Kyle.
Some Dubby?
Get some Dubby.
I'll try it out, man.
I think we're going to go. So I got a trailer here for Oppenheimer.
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 I've heard of this.
Are you familiar with who Oppenheimer is?
Off the top of my head, no.
I think you will be once this trailer's over. I think you'll know what's going on.
Okay.
This is a national emergency.
Detonator charge.
Oh, yeah. I remember hearing about this flick.
We're in a race against the Nazis. And I know what it means. If the Nazis have a bomb.
They have a 12-month head start.
18.
How could you possibly know that?
We've got one hope. All America's industrial might and scientific innovation connected here. A secret laboratory. Keep everyone there until it's done.
Let's go recruit some scientists.
Build a town, build it fast. If we don't let scientists bring their families, we'll never get the best.
Why would we go to the middle of nowhere for who knows how long?
Why? Why? How about because this is the most important thing that ever happened in the history of the world?
You're the great improviser, but this you can't do in your head.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
Chances are near zero.
Near zero.
What do you want from theory alone?
0 would be nice.
This is a matter of life and death. But I can perform this miracle.
World War II would be over. Our boys would come home.
That's happening, isn't it?
Oh, it's happening.
The world will remember this day. Our work here will ensure a peace mankind has never seen.
Until somebody builds a bigger one.
You are the man who gave them the power to destroy themselves. And the world is not prepared. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Truman needs to know what's next.
2,
What's next?
1.
Yeah, man. I remember hearing about this. This is the one where Christopher Nolan was able to recreate like what a mushroom cloud or
Yeah, so it's all about Oppenheimer created the atom bomb.
yeah.
So
yeah,
it's all about the atom bomb. And it's funny because, like I said, Kate and I just got done watching The King's Man, and that took place during World War One. And we were talking about how very little historical fascination is actually about World War One. It's all about World War Two. It's Hitler, it's the Nazis, it's the atom bomb, it's Pearl Harbor, it's all that stuff. That's where all the focus is, even though it wasn't the first World War, but so much big shit happened that's where everyone kind of focuses. So it was kind of funny that this trailer dropped right after we watched a movie about World War One, and we were just talking about how World War Two gets all the love for shit like this, and here's a movie about World War Two. Also, Epic Rap Battles of History, which I absolutely love, did a Oppenheimer versus Thanos Epic Rap Battle of History.
All right.
That was really entertaining. About Oppenheimer creating a bomb that could destroy the world and Thanos wiping out half of humanity with a snap, that whole thing. So that was really fun. Katie said, "This looks so good. Got to see this and Barbie the same day."
Wow.
Katie, I need to know, do you watch Barbie first or second? Like, is
That was
Barbie
thought
the
that came
pick
to
me
my
up
head.
after the movie about the atom bomb? Or do you need to be in a happy mood going into the atom bomb movie? Like,
Do you watch the Barbie movie and then all of a sudden become motivated to watch something that could wipe out humanity?
or do you watch what humanity get wiped out and need to pick me up and go check out Barbie? I'm very curious. But yeah, no, that looks good. I'm probably gonna check it out.
Yeah. That's probably not one I'm going to go to theater for, but I know like the moment it's streaming, I'll check it out. I was the same way with his movie Tenet. Like it was the moment it became available for streaming, I went to Atom Bomb has a movie.
Yes, Atom Bomb has a movie, and you should go check it out. I hear that the after effects of the movie are chronic. And everything that led up to the invention of the atom bomb was fueled by wrath. So
Nice. It took me a second.
yeah, see, she feels like you need to watch the Barbie movie after. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
Maybe
I could
pick me up.
definitely. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Mara does too.
wholeheartedly
She
with
said
that.
deaf after for the Barbie movie. Yeah, no, I think I feel like that's one I want to check out in theaters because I don't feel like you're gonna get the full effect of the atom unless you've got like a really nice sound system in your house, like really nice surround sound. Like you're not gonna get the full effect of everything that's going on in that movie. Like I want to feel like I'm being blown away when I'm sitting there. You know, I want to feel my skin melt. So that one I might have to check out in theaters. Something I did check out in theaters that I actually really enjoyed and we covered over on Getting Off that apparently they have announced when we're going to be able to check it out at home is Evil Dead Rise. Were you able to go check out Evil Dead Rise?
No, that is so my horror movies are reserved for me and Jess. She is the horror movie buff and I'm just kind of along for the ride. Yeah, man, dude, I'm a pussy
I knew I
when it
liked
comes
her.
to horror
I
movies,
really knew I
man.
liked her.
Yeah, dude. I'm such a wuss when it comes to horror movies. Like, I cannot independently seek them out. Like, I need somebody to hold my hand. Like, whenever I watch them, I'm such a pussy. It's weird. If like, I pride myself on being able to brave a lot of things I think like average people can't do. Yet horror movies fuck me up every time. Like, I
See,
remember I
What?
walked out of Deep Blue Sea. The movie was sharks. when I was like 12, man. I had to go to the concession stand just to take a breather.
You're not gonna like the main event for today, but so I'm the opposite. Like I don't fuck around with anything like skydiving, zip lining, anything like that shit. Like anything kind of extreme, I will not do, but I can sit down and I can watch every horror movie back to front, top to bottom, without it affecting me whatsoever. But that other shit that most people, like heights or, any sort of dangerous shit out in the open where I could actually die, not about it.
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite, man. I was always like a thrill seeker, growing up and everything, but horror movies always like terrifying. I just get like really anxious. Like anything that builds suspense, it hooks me like extremely well.
That's why you were only able to play Five Nights at Freddy for half an hour.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
So this is coming from slashfilm.com, written by Raphael Montemayor. So Evil Dead Rise was a wild cinematic experience, as our own Jacob Paul wrote in his review out of South by Southwest. While certainly darker than Raimi's films, this is, like them, a hyper-violent tour through a nightmarish funhouse that pauses only to show off something gnarly enough that you can only scream or laugh. After the remake delved an unhinged, cruel, unfunny film, Evil Dead Rise knows when to dial up the joy and the fun while also being rather bleak and scary. And I'll agree with that, though. I did love the remake. It's one of my favorite movies of the last 10 years.
I watched that one. I liked it too, actually.
Yeah, no, it was fucking awesome. But Lee Conan's Evil Dead Rise stars Lily Sullivan and Alyssa Sutherland, in two star-making roles with the story that takes the franchise out of the woods and into the big city. But now the film is headed elsewhere, home. Warner Brother Pictures announced via Bloody Disgusting that the film is headed to video on demand today,
No shit.
May 9th, 2023, for $24.99. It will also be available for 48-hour rental via pay-per-view or PVOD for $19.99. In case you want to experience the horror but don't want to watch or don't want to own the film. Evil Dead Rise will be available wherever you rent films digitally, like Amazon, iTunes, Vudu, and Google Play, which means when I get off here, I'll be going to buy that and adding it to my collection on Vudu, where I keep all of my movies, and then I'll probably watch it tonight when I get home. Nice thing about this is you don't have to know anything about this franchise to enjoy Evil Dead Rise, a movie that delivers great horror gags, making cheese graters as integral to horror as chainsaws and machetes, opening up the world of Deadites to new and exciting future opportunities, at least 4 of which are already in the mind of director Lee Cronin. Well, you can purchase Evil Dead Rise digitally as early as today. You'll have to wait a bit to actually own the film physically. Evil Dead Rise will release in 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and DVD on June 27th. Because this is a WB release, it will also make its way onto HBO Max eventually. Under the previous mandate of 45-day windows, the film would hit streaming on June 3rd, 2023. But since now the streaming release window is on a case-by-case basis, it may take longer. Because HBO Max has some stuff going on that we're going to talk about here in a minute. But hey, listen, you can go rent this and watch it with Jess. She can hold your hand. You'll be all right.
No, it's, there's certain, so Evil Dead, so it's certain genres of horror movies that mess me up, outside of like sharks fuck me up too, but it's like really suspense filled stuff, like an eerie subject matter. Like Hereditary did it for me. That one messed me up for a while. What was Annihilation was just so unsettling, but when you get stuff that's like really campy, I can deal with it much better. Like the Evil Dead remake, that I was fine with. Like it's,
this this is hyper violent like the Evil
Mhm.
Dead remake, but it takes some of the camp from the original series and references things from the original series to kind of make it a little more lighthearted. Um, Hereditary was
Hereditary
terrible.
wasn't terrible. I mean, it was.
So
I thought it was like super disturbing.
Hereditary falls into a category called elevated horror,
Yeah.
which I hate that term because it's like horror for people who think that horror is beneath them. It's like
Mhm.
art house horror.
Uh,
Hereditary did not do it for me because of that. And
the ending kind of like botched it for me though. Like I was with it all the way up until like the headless corpse just started floating, and then all of a sudden like any bit of suspense and tension I felt was replaced with I thought it was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off. Like so it had me right until the very end, and then it lost me.
No, you're correct. I don't want to finish a horror movie and have to sit there thinking about it for days and what it meant and all the implications of it. I just want to sit down and enjoy it. Horror is something kind of like wrestling for me that
Yeah.
I can put on and I can tune out and I can just enjoy without, having to dissect and delve into it. It's an escape for me. JJ says hi.
What's up,
Uh,
JJ?
Travis wants to know if you meant Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
No,
Is
no,
that-
no,
no,
no. Just the movie Annihilation. It was
So Mortal Kombat Annihilation is not one that really freaked you out.
no.
Shao Kahn and
No, other
death
than
of
like maybe
Johnny
other
Cage.
than like the terrible visual effects of the time, which by the way, do you understand, like did you know that the reason why the visual effects were so horrible besides just the time and budget was they didn't actually finish them. They pushed the movie out before they were even done finish editing the effects and stuff.
Sounds about right.
No, Annihilation, I think it had like Natalie Portman. It was like an all-female
Yeah,
military.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what
I
I'm
think
talking about. Okay,
yeah.
okay. It's a
think Travis-
fantastic movie, by the way.
She was pretty fucking,
Pretty fucking
scary.
scary, yeah. I was pissed, man. They
Um,
killed Johnny Cage like right out the gate in that movie. I was
Yeah, I know. I
That-
thought that's what fucked you up.
no, man. That made me like, okay, I'm gonna hate this movie. That was an instant like this movie's gonna bomb compared to the original.
What scared me was they recast Sonya Blade, and I was like, "This is a whole different person. What the fuck's going
Dude,
on here?"
Raiden all of a sudden became like just like a token white dude.
Mhm.
And Luke Kang, he was recast too, wasn't he?
No, I think it was the same Liu Kang.
Luke Kang. Okay.
Yeah. So while we're on the subject of HBO Max, are you aware that Warner Brothers and Discovery have kind of come together, and HBO Max is kind of becoming its own new streaming service, merging the two?
I've heard the rumblings of it, but I haven't really invested any time into looking into the matter.
So essentially, they're just calling it Max now. It's no longer HBO Max.
Yeah, I've heard
Max.
that. Yeah.
This comes from the direct written by Richard Nebbins. Or Nebens. Fans got their first look. The new streaming app that Warner Brothers will introduce as a replacement for HBO Max. Following Warner Brothers' highly publicized merger with Discovery last year, the company continues to bring major changes to the way it operates for viewers, including the introduction of brand new streaming service to replace HBO Max. The streaming service will be rebranded with the new name Max, so they're just dropping the HBO. A move that Warner Brothers Discovery hopes will make the service appealing to families and kids instead of just being for adult and mature programming, which HBO Max already is. But I guess everyone just assumes because it's HBO that that's what they're getting.
I never looked at it like that, but I can see how it is perceived that way.
However, when you name it Max, my first thought is Cinemax, and when I think Cinemax, I think Skinemax.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So
It's you're replacing it with one adult theme name with the other. Like I don't know,
Exactly.
you're not really accomplishing what you're setting out to do, as far as we're concerned. Maybe Cinemax isn't really known to people under 30. I don't know.
Probably not, actually. There are kids that don't even know how to open CD cases nowadays, let alone what the fuck Skinemax is. So
yeah, we did a game last night at my house, and 3 of the participants were in their 20s or younger, and one of the questions came up was to name television stations, and they all drew blanks. They were like, I don't know what a TV station, like any TV stations are. So
I'd rather draw blanks and shoot blanks, but
there you go. Hey man.
That is crazy. How do you not know what it's like? Fox, WGN, CBS, NBC. Like, how do you not know what a team like?
There's the question was, because the game we were playing, essentially your answer had to fall in the majority. And yeah, they were like, dude, we don't even know TV networks that other people would think of.
Well, that's because you have cool older friends, Katie, that teach you about things and watch porn with you on Pornhub. You know, Iraq and Reek and Will, Justin. See, so we do Return to Wrestling, right? And Travis and I go back and watch old WCW, and Travis always talks about like going to the video store and like explaining to the kids that might be listening what a video store is and all these things that existed in the 90s, like dial-up internet or collect calls, things that you don't really have anymore. Travis loves like pushing that in their face. Like, remember the video store, kids, where you go and you rent the video, like couldn't just get it on your TV at home. You had to put a VHS in, and sometimes people didn't rewind it, like that whole thing.
Yeah, man.
Which, by the way, you guys can get for just $1 over at patreon.com/Creatia World. Along with Multiverse with Travis and Mara, where they cover animated DC films. And it's the entire back catalog of Multiverse and the entire back catalog of Return to Wrestling that you get both for just $1. So everything from the first Nitro through the last episode we did, which I believe was War Game or Fall Brawl War Games 1997. So from 95 to Fall Brawl War Games 97, we got you covered. And everything Travis and Mara have done, $1 over at Patreon. It is so worth it.
Travis, how did you feel about the Killing Joke? Did that land for you, or do you think it fell short from its subject material?
Well, while you're talking about that, because I think you can find the Killing Joke on HBO Max and probably on Max, because a lot of that DC content is on there. I don't know if they took that down. So what they've got here that I'm going to share is a look at essentially the whole article is just like a look at the new format for what the streaming service is going to look like. So see, it says everything you love from HBO. You got Last of Us, House of Dragon, Euphoria, Barry, Last Week Tonight, White Lotus, Perry Mason, The Rehearsal, Gemstones, The Righteous Gemstones, Somebody Somewhere, and then entertainment for the whole family. You've got Harry Potter. You can see Elmo down there, Scooby-Doo, Superman, Bugs Bunny, and then hit movies.
So, I mean, it looks the same.
Well, so here is the comparison. So this is HBO Max and how the screen looks for Succession.
Yeah.
And this is how everything's going to look once you're on the Max platform, where you have your home series, movies, HBO news.
It looks kind of similar to Peacock.
Yeah, a little bit. And hopefully it runs way better than fucking Peacock.
Yeah. You know, I went to show Jess Backlash yesterday, and it's not up.
Really?
As of yesterday, it wasn't up. Nope, it says it'll be up soon. However, the Espanol version is available. I'm wondering if they were trying to edit out the blood from the Brock Lesnar match. That's the only thing I could think of that would delay
I don't think they edit blood out, do they?
I don't know. I feel
like
I was trying to figure out, but yeah, not available.
I feel like I can go back and watch John Cena versus Eddie Guerrero or Eddie Guerrero versus JBL, and all the blood's there. And maybe they black and white it, but
maybe.
Travis said he didn't hate the movie. The comic was definitely better.
It's all right. I was super excited for that thing when it came out, and then that's kind of my opinion. It was okay.
Yeah, and Righteous Gemstones is his shit. I have not checked that out.
I don't even know what that is.
Maybe somebody had their dick out.
Yeah. Well, speaking of dick out, I'm sorry. This is just a little.
I know you're gonna do this.
Little nugget of fat. Yeah. No. This isn't topical to anything that we've done before. Did you know in the movie Teen Wolf, the final shot of Michael J. Fox winning and his team winning the basketball game is the whole high school celebrating, and in the bleachers a extra whipped his dick out in the final product, and they did not catch it on all the VHS DVD releases, and even network television releases, the dick was apparent. And I just went back and watched Teen Wolf again
Wait, it
a
was a
couple
parent's
weeks
dick?
ago. Huh?
It was a parent's dick?
An extra in the stands, like a
You
teenager.
said the dick was apparent, so
Oh no, the dick appeared. It was an extra, like
okay.
a high school.
Okay, I got you.
Whip their dick out in the final shot of like where everybody's celebrating and they're cutting to credits. A fan like just whips his dick out, and it made it on all of the releases, including syndicated television, when it would appear. Only recently did I notice that they now like crop in, and you can tell that they've finally caught it, and they just crop into the shot to avoid that appearing now. But yeah.
And they left the dick in.
They left the dick in for
Travis
a
said,
lot.
Matt, you would love Righteous Gemstones. Is there a lot of dick and titties in Righteous Gemstones? Because that's kind of like a prerequisite for a show that I love. And most shows give me a lot of dick and titties, and then like as the seasons progress, we get more story and less dick and titties, and then you lose me. So,
what do you think I was going to bring up?
Matt Riddle.
No,
Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about it.
I just figured you were going to take a shot at me because apparently, kind of like what happened with Mandy Rose, from what I've heard, I haven't read any articles or seen anything concrete. But apparently, there are pics of Matt Riddle's dick floating around the internet that were released from a third-party source that he may have been filming with one of his porn star girlfriends.
Makes sense.
And if that's the case, I fully expect him to be fired the same way Mandy Rose was. Because if she can't show ass and titties on the internet, he can't be out here fucking whipping his dick out, letting everyone see it. So I need him gone today. Today.
It wouldn't shock me at this point. I feel like Matt Riddle is on his last. Like the dude sneezes wrong, and they're probably gonna fire him.
I can't wait. Cannot wait. Did you happen to catch the latest episode of Smack and Raw?
No. I actually I woke up like Sunday. I was like, fuck, I forgot to tune into his show 2 days ago.
I did an epic plug for our last sponsor, which is dog.com, where I talked about how Sami Zayn needs to keep his bitch, Matt Riddle, on a leash. And if he needs to find one, he can go to dog.com. Dog.com is your online dog supply shopping and information destination. Everything your dog needs, from toys and treats and food, is available, including collars and leashes. They even have outdoor gear and water safety gear for your furry friend. Matt Riddle hangs around a lot of porn stars. They're squirters. He might need it. So go to dog.creationworld.com and receive up to 64% off your order today. Again, that is dog.creationworld.com, and take care of your furry friend. Get all of the accessories that they need, and that link is also in the description. Nothing? You got nothing for me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was catching up on the chat.
Oh, okay.
My apologies.
At this day and age, everyone has a video out.
True.
But if they're releasing it and getting paid for it like Mandy Rose was and she got fired, we need to keep that same energy. It was the best one he's done. Like, can't be outdone. Oh, I thought she was talking about his dick pics. She was talking about
your plug, your epic plug. Yeah.
Not the butt plugs from Adam and Eve, the plug for dog.com. Speaking of butt plugs, comicbook.com has an article from Megan Peters. So Netflix contract sparks ire over voice acting amid the Writers Guild of America strike and AI. So Hollywood is in trouble. If you haven't heard, the entire film industry in the U.S. is on shaky legs right now. Following concerning talks of AI in entertainment, pressure from Hollywood erupted last week as the Writers Guild of America went on strike. Everything from film to television and beyond is now in flux. We've been covering it. There's so many shows. The MTV Movie and TV
Awards canceled like last second, right?
Well, they didn't cancel. They just didn't go with the live format that they planned on doing, and Drew Barrymore backed out as the host.
Yeah,
in support of them. But Stranger Things, like a lot of shows, are on hiatus, waiting for everything to get sorted so that these writers get paid fair wages. But major studios across the U.S. have yet to find common ground with the Writers Guild executives, and now Netflix has sparked anger online as one of its controversial contracts has surfaced. The update comes from the New York Times as the publication dove deep into the ongoing war in Hollywood. Some of the biggest studios in America have resisted demands from the WGA regarding fair pay in the streaming era, but issues have come down with advancing tech. To be specific, AI issues were brought up at this year's WGA negotiations, and the NYT says a contract by Netflix the real threat of tech can be for voice, or how real the threat of tech can be for voice actors. There we go.
Yeah.
According to the WGA, the group is adamant that no literary material produced by members can be touched by chatbots like ChatGPT or other AI tools. The group is also demanding studios not use AI for generating source material that would be adapted into scripts and the like. In this NYT article, New York Times article, representative from the SAG-AFTRA union that represents actors in Hollywood said AI is going beyond simple source material. Some members have flagged contracts that include clauses that give studios the right to use their voices to generate new performances. So essentially, what we got here is Netflix is using contracts with AI that allow for the AI to use voice actors' voices and replicate them to create new characters without having to hire the actors. Also with stuff like ChatGPT, which if you're a huge the Directors Guild agreement is also about to expire, Travis said, and so is the Screen Actors Guild. This can get really bad in a couple months for movies. But if you're familiar with South Park, which I know you are, I'm sure you watched the ChatGPT episode.
It was all right.
Yeah. So imagine that writing your movies and eliminating writers.
Is weird, ain't it? Because it seems like a hard thing to regulate, and also even if there was regulation, it feels like it'd be kind of easy to get away with if you just had a body, like, well, you said like how they couldn't come up with original source material, like couldn't write scripts with ChatGPT. Even if that was passed, who's to say you don't hire somebody and just credit them with the work that a AI does.
Freelancers not in the guild. Like we've talked about this. WWE, all their writers are not unionized. They're not part of the Writers Guild of America. So
yeah. No, dude, it's such a weird thing. AI is, and then also on top of that, I haven't heard about it. It makes all the sense now that you've read about it. But my first introduction to using someone else's voices, there was this viral song going around where they, using AI, recreated Jay-Z's voice, and it was almost indistinguishable, and that has sparked up legal action. You know what I mean? How can you how could you copyright a sound? You know what I mean? That's where it gets a little shaky. Not that I'm saying for like the AI should be able to do this. I'm just wondering how you even put that into effect. Like, how is that worded?
And Travis said this is all about AI and getting access to streaming data for residuals.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, and that, I mean, copying those voices, exactly what you're talking about, which is, for voice actors, very dangerous, because if they want to use that sound, that tone, that, James Earl Jones, if they wanted to, once he's gone, if they wanted to do Darth Vader, they wanted to do Mustafa, or something like that, they would be able to just replicate him. They wouldn't have to pay anybody for it. They wouldn't have to, pay his estate for it or anything like that. And then they get all the money for everything that, they do, because they're not hiring anyone. They're using technology, so they keep all of that.
Yeah. It's a weird thing, but yeah, it's the further advancement of technology that can lead to the loss of occupations. You know what I mean? And we've seen this all throughout history. I mean, go back to the automotive industry, where everything was handcrafted, and then it became automated, and a lot of factory workers lose their jobs. It's just been evolving over time, and it's weird that it's going into like the creative workforce now. Like, that's just like a workforce that I don't think many people ever could fathom that technology was gonna cause people to miss work. technology obviously helped create work. Look what auto-tune did for musicians who can't fucking sing. But never
Or some that
created-
can, like T-Pain can actually sing. He just
Yeah,
chooses
yeah,
not
yeah.
to.
Yeah, it's a weird one where you just never thought, like, you know, a writer, a voice actor could have their job threatened through just, you know, technology. Like there's that you could just create something artificially to take the place of the actual human body delivering a performance. Yeah, no, it's nuts, man. It's nuts. It's a weird thing to think about. And we're already, what's crazy is the phrase that gets coined around when talking about AI is it's already able to do this, and it's currently in its worst state it'll ever be in. And it'll only become more advanced and only get better going
And
forward.
Movies have been warning us about this, and we just ignore those signs and we just keep moving forward. Terminator, what was iRobot with Will Smith, because Travis loves Will Smith, so I'll throw that in there. All these movies. T-Pain can sing now. LOL. T-Pain can sing. All these movies warn us about the threats of letting AI get too powerful, giving it, you know, allowing it to do too much, and we just ignore them. Oh, that was a movie. That was fun. It's not real. And then we feed the machine. Next, we're gonna have Mecha Streisand out here fucking shit up.
Yeah, you can have AI combined with Boston Dynamics, and that's it. That's that's the Terminator. Like that's all we're missing is just merging Boston Dynamic robots with AI, and that's a wrap.
Yep. Let's close it out with the trailer. This is the headline. If I don't know if Jess is home, but you might need to, you know, call her, hold her hand, because if you couldn't handle Deep Blue
handle the
Sea,
trailer, Matt.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to handle this. But we got the official trailer for Meg 2: The Trench.
No
I love
shit.
me some shark movies.
Fuck, dude. Should get Jessica. She loves Jason Statham, anyways.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. What a subtle shot at Jurassic Park.
We need your help. We're detecting increased aquatic activity 25,000 feet deep in the trench. It's an ancient ecosystem untouched by man. Whatever is down there is trying to make its way to the surface.
This was a bad idea.
No shit.
Just a little bit.
Jonas,
Looks like a giant
we've got
angelfish.
company.
That's the biggest Meg I've ever seen.
Biggest Meg anyone's ever seen.
That's the apex predator.
Everybody make it to the station! You can make it! Keep going!
3 massive Megs and who knows what else have escaped the breach.
I just hope it goes better than last time.
What happened last time? You don't want to know.
This ain't the end. I saw you again.
Go, go, go! We've never seen this before. They hunted it back.
You can relax. This place, Meg proof. I mean, Jonas was always afraid of this, but I was also thinking.
Barracuda's a perfect song choice.
Ooh, Barracuda.
I love it's like a high budget version of like what Sharknado was able to do.
I was gonna say they just decided to go full Fast and the Furious, and
That
said,
that
"Fuck it,
too.
let's have
Yeah,
some
no,
fun."
that too. That's fantastic, man.
That looked like stupid fun.
That
Like,
did.
stupid fucking fun.
It also looked like those like shot at Jurassic Park there in the beginning, killing off their mascot, the T-Rex, almost like a subtle Easter egg of Deep Blue Sea. For oh, you just got yourself suspended.
What?
Deep Blue, huh?
Oh,
policy viol. Yeah. The fucking fair use. Come on, people. Deep Blue Sea, where Samuel L. Jackson's giving that speech, shark out of nowhere. That chick.
Travis will fight it. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. It looked fun as shit. Fucking YouTube. But yeah, no, it looked fun as shit, and I'm gonna enjoy that. Kyle, thank you for joining me here for the Creatia Conversation for your very first time. I'm sure if Travis liked you, he'll have you back. I'll let him decide that.
For sure, man. We didn't even
Why don't you
touch
tell
on
everyone where they can find you, Smacked Raw, and what you got going on?
So we RN and I do a wrestling show on Tuesday nights. So we'll actually be going live tonight, usually around somewhere between 9 and 10 o'clock. Twitch.tv/SmackedRaw. We usually just talk about pro wrestling and mixed with some fatherhood subjects, and we try to like do like a blend of funny shit, wrestling, and then like heartfelt stuff like being a father and like fighting addiction and stuff like that, to try and add a little bit of depth to our dick jokes. And then we also have a couple things on the pipeline coming up soon, bringing back Unpopular Wrestling Opinions. I already have the material for the next episode, just booking the guests in time. And then I got a couple other stuff. I'm probably going to be streaming Diablo when that comes out, maybe Baldur's Gate, which is a PC gamer's delight. And yeah, man, it's I got some fun stuff coming. But yeah, twitch.tv/SmackedRaw, and then Twitter, I'm at the Kai Tai Show. You can follow me there too.
You should go check out old episodes of UWO, because the greatest guest Kyle's ever had on there, me, is on there quite a few times, and I'm funny as shit. And also, they deserve the views, because UWO is one of my favorite things to do a guest host show on. My other favorite thing to do is to catch Kyle over at Botch Spots and Chair Shots on River City Radio doing and losing at trivia while he talks about my dick.
I won the last episode.
You did win the last one.
I did. I won it. They call me the 2-time now. All right. I've won it. I've won 2 out of 3 appearances.
I don't know. Yeah, Travis shouted Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, man. I can't wait. It's been in early access for like over a year, but I have not touched it. I'm waiting for the 1.0 release later this year, and I'm going to be all about that game when it comes out.
As always, you guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. I almost said Ingram. Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creatia World, ITSCREATIA World. You can also go check out CreatiaWorld.com, where you get to know a little bit more about everyone that is under the Creatia World banner. Travis, Mara, John, Vince, and I. What we like, what we don't like, our favorite drinks, what size penis ring Vince wears, all might and may be found there. So go check that out. Everything you need to know is at linktr.ee/Creatia World, linktree/Creatia World. That'll get you links to Pornhub, YouTube, Twitch, audio, everything Creatia World. Also, you can just go to Pornhub, pornhub.com/model/Creatia World. Check us out. We're not live there yet. Travis is working on that. It's going to be my favorite thing once I can go live on Pornhub. But until then,
bro,
you can go check out all our past episodes and some Pornhub exclusives, like the watch along that we did to Evil Head with Will from Botch Spots and Chair Shots and Miss Katie Kinsey Bay. So that is up and live. Go watch some porn with us. Also, Facebook.com/Creatia World is the page that gives you all your information. We're live there, as well as, Twitch and YouTube, which we talked about earlier. We've got groups too, Facebook.com/group/Them Dragons for all you Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon fans, and Facebook.com/group/Smacking Raw. If you're a wrestling fan and you want to get in on the conversation with us, go check that out as well. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at Matt Ridders, at MATTRIDDER, or also on Twitter only at Getting Off if you want to follow me for horror content. Matt Ritter is for wrestling and Getting Off is for horror. There should be an episode of Getting Off this weekend. We will be covering the Final Destination franchise with Bakley from Cage My IQ. And then hopefully all 4 of the core 4, Katie, Reek, Justin, and I will be there as well. So tune in for that. Tentatively say Saturday night. Get with them, and it'll either be Saturday or Sunday, but we'll have it out this weekend, probably about 11 p.m. Central Time. Other than that, Kyle, yep, see, you getting off this weekend.
Thanks for having me, man. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I know you got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. So for Kyle from Smacked Raw, the Kai Tai Show, I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, also the quintessential stud muffin of podcasting, as I was dubbed by Dom over on the Bloodline Network. This has been your number one news source for all that nerdish on Pornhub.
Sick. See y'all later.